observed something that, almost every ministry, department of agency has a new leader or new leadership. And for some reason, I'm just taking note of the things they are saying.
Yes, very important.
I listened to the director of Ghana Health Service talk to his staff, and he said, look, here, those of you who know me know that for me, it's hard work. And I don't tolerate like snitching and those kinds of things.
Ghana Health Service snitching.
Yeah, he said something to that effect. Like, if you come to me and say somebody is doing something, I'll call the person and we'll deal with it.
Straight.
So he basically was saying, I'm not here to form cliques. And then he said, we have to work hard. I know some of them are talking about integrity. Integrity, which seems to be a big problem. Because if you listen to even Rashid Pelpo when he met his people this week, Dr. Idi, the Ghana Maritime Authority, was quoted in the back page of Graphic. Like, for example, look at what he said about...
change must reflect an approach to
work. So I feel like a lot of these new leaders, what tends to happen is that, in fact, I had a black was when he met the Foreign Affairs Ministry, and he said, we'll make sure that when your goods are coming in, that duty-free thing, they were all applauding. This is my observation. Everybody wants to make a good impression of the new leader, which is not bad. I think the new leader must show by some definite actions in the first few weeks that he will not tolerate laziness. He's not there to form cliques and clubs. Because for me, I know Ghanaians. We will smile and everything, but Charlie, I feel a lot of people don't really work hard. They want to show face. Like when they see you, like you've run a company before.
Yeah.
When you come in, they smile, they open the door, they're very, very delightful. You invite them, they talk. When you are not there, that's the real people. They will not work, they will be watching Facebook, they will be talking, they will waste company resources. Generally, the Ghanaian attitude is not, they don't speak the truth. They are not diligent when they are not being supervised. And I feel that's the main issue with the country. It's not, and it cuts across everywhere. We do, or is that not called? Yeah. It's like when the boss is the boss in. Hey, hello, boss. How are you? And if the boss is not discerning, and if the boss does not have a strong sense of self, he tends to gravitate towards those who tell him what he wants to hear.
Most of the time, the political ones fall victim to this.
Yeah, and
most of them.
And this is not even like political national.
Yes,
we are talking about like company politics. Yeah. Because for me, one of the things I pray for is to know how to. I'll give you an example. So when we are choosing our topics for the TV show, sometimes you're emotional about the topic.
Yeah.
So yesterday, we finished the morning show, and then we're not sure what to do. So I started planning a program.
Yeah.
And I spent like an hour and a half putting the thing together. So we started working on it. Then on the platform, some of you have said, Charlie, this is your topic, go fly. You get it? So, and the thing was like, Charlie, we worked on the thing for 2 hours. It's like 1 o'clock. Some of you have said, Charlie, bro, this topic, go fly. And the other thing is, you see, when he said it, a lot of people didn't come and defend it. You see, because they were watching to see what I'll say. Then I said, okay, so what do you think? Then back and forth, we got a better topic, and we got a really good show. It revealed a lot of things. So Sammy, he can speak truth to power. I said to him, bro, this is your topic to fly. Okay. Now, if I were too emotional about the topic I had picked, I would have said, why won't he fly? Then if they are weak people, they'll say, yeah, Charlie, topic to fly, Ben, to fly. Yeah, but so it was a test of me, but also, and he's defended his point that the topic go fly. And then Fred and Co said, Charlie, maybe we should do this and that. At the end of the day, we have planned the whole topic. We have to jettison it around whatever time and change the topic. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If you're a leader and you want to succeed, you must know the quality of your people and empower them to tell you the truth. Otherwise, they will tell you what you want to hear and you will fail spectacularly.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a test I see across sectors.
What do you also make of the optics? The very social media heavy approach to the first month at work by most of their appointees, particularly those are the SOEs. What have you made of that? I'm
in two minds here. So I understand that because of the nature of media consumption, people must tell their story. So if you want to seize the initiative and control the narrative. So like you've met your staff and you've said, we are not going to lose guard. We're going to work hard. We're going to make sure, like maybe I'm head of a hospital and you say whatever you said. You can do social media to set the tone. But that shouldn't be your playground, because you see, the real work is not the social media. You are right. What a lot of our leaders have decided to now do is that the optics and the PR of leadership is more important than the substance of leadership. Okay, so every 2 things they do, they put it out. Now, I appreciate it when, like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, Omanibo Ama posted on Facebook and sent it to some group. I'm sure he sent it to people who are media people. Yeah. He said, yesterday, I had a meeting with the interior minister, some of my defense chiefs, about Boko. It was a productive meeting. He put about 5 pictures there, short narrative. That's great. But if, like, every 2 minutes, he does something, he's posting it, that's like, and this is the problem. A lot of people get happy with that. So they start showing, hey, Charlie, I'm working. So everything they do, they put it out. So I think that the real hard work is a thankless job. A lot of people would not see what you do behind the scenes. A lot of these guys think that by doing these social media things, they are letting people know that they are working. Okay, but I think hard work speaks for itself. It's consistency over time. So, and some of these leaders who are social media addicted, is their generation as well. So, so when I interviewed the Ashanti Regional Minister, he said he has a team that does this. He's not a Gen Z, but he's born in 1990 something. Yeah. So the way he understands social media is not the way
Mr. Eden.
No, let me give you a good example. So he's a minister of Ashanti region. Compare him to the minister for labor.
Yeah.
The minister for labor was born in 1968. The minister for Ashanti region was born in 1990 or something. So I can understand why he would like to keep his TikTok followers happy and all of those things. But this, that this is not a real world in terms of you look, you can post something and get a lot of likes. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's substance to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can, because while there are real people there, the way the conversation plays out is not real.
Yeah.
See how I'm talking to you now. If I'm having this discussion with you on social media and I say a lot of Ghanaians leaders like to do da 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 da, even some of the people who are commenting don't even understand where I'm coming from. So it's not useful conversation. Do you understand? Because a conversation, we are talking because we understand each other, we know where we are. So whilst I appreciate social media conversation, it must be taken for what it is. In the same sense, you cannot measure your leadership by what you put on there, or you cannot tell your full story. So, for example, if you're a minister for education or minister for health, there are metrics we use to judge you. Okay, if you're a DVLA boss, there are metrics. It's not about how many things you put on social. So, how quickly people get their driver's licenses? How thorough are your checks on people's cars? All right. How many accidents are we reducing because we are insisting that drivers must do the right thing? And those metrics are long-term metrics. So this is a problem. If the leader doesn't have a system, I'm talking about the president now, to know who's working, and because he is not in touch with the reality on the ground, he's looking for
who's liked.
So then it becomes gossip.
Yeah, who has the most likes?
I've heard that they say he's sitting there listening to people who are just rumor mongering. So that's the problem with Ghanaians. If the leader is not interested in substance, they will feed him chaff, and he will start making decisions based on chaff. So I think the leader sets the tone. So, and you must have a system of knowing whether your guy is working or not.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to do Facebook for you to know he's working.
Yeah.
Okay, give him perform. So people keep saying, guys, don't just tell us who's the new CEO. What are their performance metrics? So what outcomes are we expecting? So let's take Agric as a ministry. Eric Opoku is a great guy. We know he likes Agric. In 2-3 years, production of maize. All right, production of millet.
Onion,
the poultry industry. Then that translates. So there's production metrics for him. Then there's also price metrics.
Yes.
So there's distribution. That all of that may not fall in his remit, because if the people cannot bring their food from the farm gate to the market, it may be the roads ministry or something, transport. But the truth is that he needs to look at the chain of production of the products, the distribution of the products, and the affordability of the product. So in 2 years, you can say, since Eric Opoku came, we've seen availability of maize, tomato prices. Okay, so it's not about how many farmer groups he meets and how nice he is when he talks to him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the point is that we as people, we also need to have a sense of measurement of what is the state of education that Haruna met. What are the top 3 things Haruna must do for us to know that he's solving education? So, for example, the issue of history. What is the curriculum looking like after 2 years?
Basic education. What is the state after 2 years?
The support for basic education, has it strengthened the outcomes of, so people in grade 3, when they take that test, can they read? You may not be able to do that in a year, but if after 4 years we notice some change in even the way teachers approach teaching, okay, what we are saying is that it's our job as media to let people know what the main thing is. We shouldn't join the bandwagon of clicks and likes and just looking for fans. Okay, so I don't feel comfortable when media people are always giving fans to political people because they know them.
Yeah.
My job here is not to come and give fans to a politician because I know him. In fact, because if I even know him, it may even affect my judgment for the work. So I don't need to be his friend. What I need to do is to be able to objectively tell him that, bro, when I look at what you are doing, these are the things that we all agreed you are supposed to do. It's not working. Okay, come and explain why it's not working. I don't need you to come and tell me I'm your friend. I don't need to come to you. That's not my work. Fine, we need to manage relations so we can get access to you to talk to you. But that's where it ends. Your job is to, and the other last thing I'll say, Godfred, is happy I've said this. We have to change the conversation from this output-led leadership. We've procured 16,000 bags of fertilizer. We have trained 200,000 farmers. We have, do you understand? They list outputs because it's easy to list an output because outputs can be procurement-led. We are saying we don't care how many bags of fertilizer are distributed. What is the average yield per acre of a rice farm in Ghana? And how has that changed in 4 years? What is the average? Do you understand that point?
Yeah.
So the media has to redefine the question to outcome.
Let me ask you this. There's a message here and perhaps feeds into this. So this one says, Dennis, good morning, Dennis from Medina. He says, I am of the thinking that in Mahama's first run as president, lots of things went unspoken. It was in later years that most of the work he did was exposed by the media, and people questioned why they did not lay emphasis on those things. I think they are deliberately making these things public so that they don't repeat the mistakes from the last time they were in government. But I agree with the fact that the footprints of the administration should reflect the processes and legacy.
I agree with that only partially. If you misdiagnose why Mahama lost 2016, you will not understand what he's doing. I think it's very easy to say he did a lot of things people didn't see. He didn't do well. That's why he was voted out. It's not about, you see, this is the thing we do. We don't go and find out the real reason. Like if MPP now, our people didn't come and vote. Bro, John Bredu said if your people didn't voted, you would have even had worse. It's not about people didn't come and vote. You didn't do well. You see, if you miss that, so Mahama's problem in 2016 was not that he didn't tell any story. Do you get it? So like now he's telling his no, you can see his appointments are different. You can see the clarity with when he met his 19 people. If you listen to even that when he swears in his ministers, do you listen to the thing he tells them? Did he used to do that in 2016, 2012? He didn't used to do that. In terms of, in fact, I listened to the last batch. He said, look, we've been voted for by people not to lord it over them. We are here to work hard. And he said, Ghanaians have had enough of the arrogance. So he's talking about your attitude. And he's talking about the code of conduct. Okay. Now, and he's making it very clear. When they set up a committee, they tell them who is in charge and what they are supposed to do. When they set up the 19-member ministerial committee, Valerie Sawyer was the person who responded. You should listen to her response. This is not the good Mahama, nice guy, smiling Mahama guy. Yeah. No. The guy is serious. So what I'm saying is that he has properly diagnosed his failure. So don't come and tell me that it's because he didn't do PR. It wasn't a PR problem. It was a governance problem. And this is the problem. If you start telling people that we are not doing enough PR, you will hire more social media army to be writing things about you to make you feel good about yourself. You will get the outcome. So MPP, they need to allow the Okwe people to actually do the work. Because Sibotre did work for NDC. He went round, he listened to people. They didn't even share the contents with the public.
The public, yeah.
But I'm sure they went through it and said, Charlie, this thing, we have to change it. what I see with MPP is that people are rushing to explain away the defeat. People didn't come to vote. You can't move from 137 to 88.
I say people didn't come to vote.
It's more
minority.
It's more
serious than that. Yeah.
So this texter who said,
Dennis,
I don't think Mahama's problem in 2016 was PR or communication. Yeah. There were bad decisions. And the thing is that Ghanaians assimilate and get to a breaking point. So this government now has goodwill. So they will start one or two things. So maybe they go and raid Ken Ofori-Atta's house. They won't say anything. Blah, 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 blah. If they do some of these things frequently, by 2026, 2027, people will start getting angry. Yeah. So they need. So politicians need internal people. I'll tell you one last thing I heard yesterday. Yesterday,
tell me.
When they were debating the Ken Ofori-Atta raid, I'm fine. A lot of the MPs were talking in a way that suggests that they are cut off from reality. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves?
We are brothers.
When we are not. So John Jinapo said, well, when he in 2017 they raided his house, traumatized his kids, took his phones to London, Then Payimaki will come. Oh, we are brothers. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this. I said, are we trying to say that when politicians leave power or are in power, they shouldn't be held accountable by the people? The only reason we are here as MPs is that people believe in the system. They can't believe in the system if we come here and do scratch your back, I scratch my back. So this appeal to each other, let's help each other, is so wrong. And I was so grateful he said it. It's like, these people think we've paid for you to go and sit there and work for us.
True.
And you are debating the raiding of somebody's house, not because you are in principle against it, but you are saying that why are politicians doing this to each other?
They say,
so we should do it to each other. You see my point? So, and I think that it was a very important intervention he made. He said, look, we shouldn't create the impression that when people hold power, he says, part of holding each other in high respect is to hold each other accountable for our actions. So if you come, and I'm not saying Mr. Ofori-Atta has done this or that, if you come and you embezzle funds, you should be probed. You find the approach of your probe and the way they should be lawful. But let's not create the impression as if by investigating somebody, we are doing this to each other.
Hunting, yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
People in political position tend to feel this sense of, and he used the word, a political class. Yeah. Why are we doing this to each other? We are a political class. Why are we doing this to each other? And Apenimakin is fond of saying things like this.
A lot.
And then his people will be supporting, no, we shouldn't do this. If you don't do it to each other, we will do it to you.
In ways you don't want.
If political leaders don't hold each other account, the people will do it in a way that you cannot control. So it is in their own interest not to be seen to, but to actually hold each other to the highest standards of accountability. Otherwise, when people lose faith in the system, there's no parliament. And if there's no parliament, there's no government. There's no government, you don't have a job. Go and watch videos of what's happening in DRC today. Nobody should think that what we have is some entitlement. How do you protect it? By being true to what the Constitution says. And by not, let me say it in Chief, because I can't say that in English.
Don't play us for fools. Don't take us for fools.
You are the one who translates.
That is.
Yeah. MPs in dreams, we are very, you see, Ghanaians are not stupid.
True.
They watch. Look at a lot of MPP was doing. Oh, this court, police, and then they will defend. But where are all the defenders?
Silence.
You see where the thing is. So
they're still defending.
Okay.
No, a lot of them are not. Go on social media.
You
remember when they started doing the picking of people? Some of the social media people even posting that we won't come and defend you because when they didn't do anything for us.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen those posts?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen those posts supposed to carry their own cross? Haven't you seen that?
I've seen a few.
So even in the parties, listen to some of the leaders talking. This is the other problem. When you're in power, they won't talk. This is my challenge. Since they lost power, everybody's talking. Where are all these people? We've heard Sammy Crab. We've heard John Buedu. Everybody's saying, bro, a year ago, people were raising these matters. Or is it because NDC was in opposition? Do you see where we are? Do you think that if there were people in NPP who would have stood Akufo and said, bro, where you are going, we say party now, man. They branded them all. Where is Reku Broby? Nyahota Maklo. They branded them against. They said, oh, you are against.
Professional critics.
That's what they said. You see? So it's back to your point about, and it's the leader who sets the tone. If the leader is not interested in truth, as for Ghanaians, they will serve you what you want to, because Ghanaians, they look face past. They will. Even me, I come to the office, security man. Hey, master, how? They'll come and take your bag.
Boss.
Can't I carry my bag? Can't take your bag? Open the door for you. Then you walk slowly, foolishly, and go and sit down as if you are some big boss. Just because you are the general manager. You are not wise. They open the door. Why should you open the door for me to come and sit down? Don't I have hands? Why can't I carry my own bag? You see? So the thing is that we, the leaders, we ourselves, we don't have a strong sense of who we are. And we start letting and let me give you a last example. When people enter a position, they let the position define how they treat people. So now that he's not honorable, he's not at ease with himself. You see, I watch some of our politicians, even in power, they are very easy to approach because they are not defined by their position. Now a lot of people are uncomfortable not having the power because he doesn't know whether when he comes they will still greet him. People should greet you not because you are a minister, because you are a respected and honorable human being. So me, I'm not general manager. Me, I'm a Losky. When you meet me, you know who I am. Fine, I can use general manager to do one or two things to help you. But when we are talking outside and we are discussing a topic, is it because I'm the general manager? Now, I'm doing that because I realize I need the sense and the wisdom of the people around me. And I want them to be real. Because when they start seeing me as GM, Charlie Yafen, you did form. Like yesterday, I would have done a very wrong show if it wasn't for Samir Yafi. You get it? So, Akoto, the problem is that we don't train people in leadership to know that their position is not you. Now, former MPs are calling you, texting you.
You mean those who otherwise wouldn't pick your calls?
And I'm not calling you because I want to be your friend. This is the thing. When a journalist calls you, he either wants information, not even on air, he just wants context. They won't pick your call. And all kinds. Now when they call, hey bro, how can we come on there? I said, look, me, I don't have any problem with you. It wasn't that I needed anything from you. So I know the cycle. Which is why I tell journalists, don't be stupid. Don't let a politician use you. Because he's not interested in you because he wants to be your friend. He wants to use you to achieve his aim. So you know, thinking that he's your friend because he picks your call, you are not correct. You see, because now he's in a position, he's calling you.
A lot.
He should call you, fine, but you can't use me to plot your agenda because me, I have an agenda better than your own. Me, my agenda is bigger. I'm thinking about the country and my listeners, and I'm thinking about you. So fine, when our objectives meet, transparency, interview, we can do it. But if you're going to allow somebody to, and you think you are so smart, no agenda for me. No. So, Charlie, politicians, we will pick your calls. When you're in the position, we are okay. Those in power, if you pick, we don't have a problem. Me, I'll call you. I don't. It's not by force. Look, if you don't even look, we've done it. I've spoken for 20 minutes. Have I interviewed anybody?
No.
I decided a long time in my life that I won't be a servant of any politician when it comes to show. So I built a platform where even if they don't come, I'll still do my program, and I'm happy. I have you and guys. If they come, good. If they don't come, we move. You get it? Because negotiating an interview can make you compromise many things. So we have to also build buffers into the system. You know this. You're a journalist. Sometimes they'll bend over backwards and things. So Charlie, let's be leaders who actually understand our work, so that all these nice speeches they are given 2025 January, let's test this by 2026 and see if all this initial gragra they are saying. I pray.
I am with you on that. You know, I've decided to just sit back and watch for a while and see how it ends up. A lot of nice things being said, a lot of people showing up. I'm not very comfortable with the very conscious, choreographed social media engagements that are being put out there to sound bites being put out in a certain way. You know, I'm sure it serves a purpose, but I think people also need to understand that one is fine. I mean, to set a tone. After that, focus on the work. But I'm observing, and it looks like some of them have come with the agenda that they'll be doing social media work rather than their work.
Yeah. And because the fans will be getting fans online.
Let us put them on notice this morning.
Yeah.
Stop. Otherwise, we'll start mentioning your name every week.
Yeah. The other thing you can also do is you can also give them performance targets. What is expected of them, and keep reminding them. You can do your social media. If after 2 years poetry production has not improved, you haven't done anything. Do you understand? So we have to define what the expectation is. Social media bleeds or not.
And those who have been giving their bags to people to hold to, they should stop. Stop giving your bags.
People come and actually ask for the bag. Sometimes they want to collect the bag from you.
No. You hold your own bag. If you can ride a bike from Accra to Sabelugu, you can hold your own bag from East Legon to Jowulu.
But sometimes before you come out of the car, you collected the bag.
No, hold the bag. You hold the bag.
It's very important.
You see, let us not create that impression that the only thing your hands are good for is your phone and your handshake.
It's big manism.
No, we don't need a big man. I'm saying if you can ride a bike by yourself from here to Sabelugu, that you're not a big man there. And it wasn't too long ago. You can certainly hold your bag in the morning when you're going to work. Hold your bag and go.
I love this example.
Check a social media trends
his
next.
arms to be typing and things.
He's walking from the car to the office, and the security man is
holding
back.
Let's not make it on the minus. Tech and social media trends is next.